time to do my
The double stream?
the double
Yo,
stream.
the collab?
Ah, yes, the collaboration stream.
Is it a collab?
It's not. I don't know because we're doing
No,
very
no, no.
different
We're doing
things.
very separate
We're doing
things.
very, very
Very
different
separate
things here. Okay.
Your tier list.
I'm going to tier list every single Dark Souls boss. I hope this is every single Dark Souls boss. Is that like 40 bosses for Dark Souls 2? Yeah, does that look like 40? I'd say that looks like 40 bosses. I don't know, this list looks kind of incomplete, but I can't really tell. There's a lot of bosses in Dark Souls.
I wish you could best with that. I barely remember their names.
I remember all their names. I just don't remember how many there are. But yeah, this is...
Ain't no way, my man's jacking me.
Whoa.
This is gonna be
Wait,
a fun
what?
tier list.
God.
All the fuck do you?
Hey, yo. Are you...
Alright, what are you doing on stream, bro? That's TOS.
I'm riding a
Oh,
motorcycle.
who are you riding? Whoa.
A motorcycle.
Oh, what's up,
dude.
Harness Maple?
Freaking relax, Krish.
I'm finally an
understand your
affiliate,
back
and now I'm gonna do a Dark Souls tier list.
How to celebrate your affiliation.
Celebrate my affiliation by doing a Dark Souls tier list. It's great. Okay. So the first boss on the list is Iron Golem.
The best boss.
Yeah, no, this is the boss you fight right before you get to Anor Londo. I feel like for a boss
Why
to...
isn't the Gatekeep Crocodile the boss, bro?
I don't even know. But like
That should be a boss.
Iron Golem, he's kind of mid in my opinion. Like you can knock him. I think the coolest part about this boss is that you can knock him off the bridge. And it's really funny.
Ah, and you can gimp him.
But besides that, you can get him to 70% health pretty fast, and once you do get him to 70% health, he just kind of sits there. You just stagger the entire time unless he decides to grab you and throw you off. So
Bro, that's F tier.
I'd say it's more it's a mid boss. It's not.
That's F tier. It's too easy.
I'd say
That
C.
dodge is too easy.
It's easy, but that's mostly because I ran it with the Zweihander. I can imagine it being harder for other people.
Look, there's only one S rank boss, and we both know who it is.
Who is it?
It's Gundyr.
Ah, yes.
The only boss to ever be S rank.
Yes, sir. All right.
He is worthy of that title.
Okay, I don't know who made this like list, but Gwyn is second on the list. Why are they putting a final boss?
Yo, final boss, bro. F tier.
Final boss. Yo. Okay. Anyways, just
Hey,
F tier.
the
Okay.
aircraft guns.
so Gwyn. I feel like Gwyn is like super easy. Like for a final boss, it's fitting. Lore-wise, he's amazing, but the actual fight gets really trivialized the second you realize you can parry him. And then
Every boss.
it's like what,
Almost.
8 parries and he's dead. It's really easy fight. I mean, I guess
Who's
this
landing 8 parries though?
me.
Okay, you're the exception, not the rule. What normal player is landing 8 parries?
But yeah, I'd say the music goes crazy in this fight. Not gonna lie, music's amazing.
Oh, A tier, bro. Good OST. Or you got me. You got
The
me on board.
OST, the OST puts him to A tier. I feel like his lore also puts him in A tier, but the fight itself is kind of like a B tier fight.
Shoot him off.
It's
I
a-
mean,
it's a
that fight
fun-
is literally just get good.
It's a fun fight, but like it's kind of easy in my opinion. Even though like in my New Game Plus run, I got bodied by him because I missed parries. But,
But
like-
we ignore that.
well, we ignore that. In my first run, I beat him on my second try without really like, paying much attention to the fight. I'd put him at B tier.
Aw.
Gray will Sif. This one, it goes to S tier just for making me almost cry.
Oh shit!
Oh
The
my
first event's out.
Oh, that's
What, for TOF?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Oh
I feel like
my god.
I don't know what I'm ranking these on, but like Sif, I feel like just for almost making me cry deserves an S tier, even though the fight but the fight itself kind of puts it down a little bit. I'd say below Gwyn. Because the fight is really, really easy. It's mostly just standing underneath Sif and just swinging your sword at the legs.
So
And he
it
will never hit
seems
you.
as though-
I call dibs on gun.
And Sif will literally never hit you if you're underneath them. And that's why I believe Sif is just a B tier boss. But lore-wise
Oh.
and everything story-wise, he's an S tier. Same with Gwen.
Yo, remember that summer event?
Hmm?
The 7-day thing.
Yeah.
It's like a gotcha in a gotcha. You get like currency, and you can just pull the items. So it's actually not too bad. Like I'm looking at the item pool. The items are useful. Everything on here is useful. Though if you're gunning for like all the accessories, it might take a bit. There's free pulls though. There's 3 pulls for every banner.
3 pulls for every banner.
3 red character, 3 gold character, 3 red matrices, 3 gold matrices.
Interesting.
And a guaranteed Colossus arm, if you guys don't have that already.
I don't think I have the Colossus.
So that's this event is free real estate. Only thing is, I don't know how you're supposed to. How do you get the coins for this event?
I don't know. Anyway, the next boss on the tier list is Gravelord Nito. Actually, Gravelord Nito is another really easy fight.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
The giant skeleton thing in Dark Souls 1.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
yeah, no, bro, he's a walking snail.
He doesn't really do much. The hardest part about his fight is the skeletons he summons, but even then that can be trivialized if you just bring a holy weapon and kill the skeletons, and then he himself is really nothing. And he himself actually kills the skeletons from time to time too as well.
Hey, boy, I love
But
boss rushes up, by the way.
In my opinion, he is harder than Gwyn. And I'd say he's actually a fun fight as well. And I like Nito as a character. He's pretty cool. His boss design's amazing too. I don't remember his OST, so I guess I'd say A tier.
Oh shit. Okay, so the events last 1 week, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder how much I can actually get out of this. How do I get the coin? How does one acquire the coin?
Money.
Please explain.
And
I
then
don't understand.
okay. And then next is Gaping Dragon. God, this
Yo,
boss.
what a pivot.
This boss is very, very meh. I feel like this boss is more annoying than hard. He has this one move that's completely untelegraphed where he walks across the stage and just his entire body is a hitbox. It's so stupid. I actually hate it. And then he has another move where he just literally pees on the floor or something and then just destroys you. It just simply kills you. I don't like this boss. I'd say that's my first D tier boss. Four Kings is another boss that I don't really like because he's just a DPS test at the end of the day.
Wait, do I have to buy the coins?
I don't know, but yeah, with Four Kings, your whole goal is to just kill them before they kill you. It's not really anything special.
I have to buy the coins? What is this scam?
Unfortunate, Chris.
Very unfortunate. I'm getting bugged.
I mean, I can buy it with the crystal, but like, I'm broke. I just used all of it.
But yeah, Four Kings is pretty meh. It's not difficult if you have the right setup. It's literally just a DPS test. Kill it before he kills you. You know the number one strategy for killing Four Kings is to just wear Pavel's armor and just tank every hit?
Yeah, that sounds like Dark Souls.
It's such a bad boss in my opinion. It doesn't promote dodging, it promotes just tanking hits and just killing it as fast as you can.
Let's go.
Also, it has
It's like
a tipper
only time
mechanic.
You can do that though.
Yo, it has a tipper mechanic, so like, if it's far enough away from you, and by the way, 4 of them spawn around you at some point if you don't kill the first one fast enough.
It's like worse Abyss Watchers.
Yeah, no, don't even compare this to Abyss Watchers. Bro, okay,
No.
they
You
just,
compare it.
okay, basically if a second one spawns in while you're fighting the first one, the other one literally just stands really far away from you and tippers you to death. Like he's Marth from Smash. It's so annoying. I actually hate that fight.
So I at
Okay, Demon
least
Fire
get
Sage
free
is
10
another just
pulls.
meh. It's another reskin of the first boss in Dark Souls. It's got annoying hitboxes. Yeah, I beat it in one try. It's not
Yo, I don't think
difficult. It's
it's
just
physically
boring.
possible to get
Uh,
9,400 quartz in a week.
yeah,
I don't think that's physically possible. I
I
get the
don't
outfit's supposed to be unique, which is why it's like RNG, but like, that's just gay.
understandable. Oh, Dark Sun Gwendolyn's actually a pretty cool boss in my opinion. He's really easy, of course. You could just kind of rush him down, but he at least tries to do something new. And he's one of the better bosses in Dark Souls 1. Not better bosses. He's one of the mid-tier bosses in Dark Souls 1. So he doesn't really do much. You just kind of run down a hallway and you just dodge magic attacks. It's not difficult. It's fun. It's somewhat fun though. I'd say B tier. Actually, no, high C tier. Crossbreed Priscilla. This is another super easy fight, but I feel like it gets escalated by the lore behind Priscilla, and just the fact that she's like completely passive unless you try to kill her. It's completely optional. You don't have to like.
Until we try to kill each other.
Yeah, you don't have to kill her. If you do, you're kind of a bad person. And yes, I am a bad person. I killed her. You can just leave her be, and she will be content with that, and you never have to fight her. Literally
Nah,
no
that
reason
sounds
to kill her.
boring.
Literally no reason to kill her. But when you do fight her, she turns invisible and has a unique mechanic where like you can just watch her footsteps in the snow. I'd say it's pretty cool. I'd say it's a B tier fight.
So it's like Sister Freed.
It's like yeah, it's what Sister Frida was based on. I can tell it was a call. Sister Frida was kind of a callback to this boss, but we'll get into Sister Frida when we get to Sister Frida.
Nah, we get into Sister Frida right now.
No, we're
Bro,
going
they
in
did
the order.
Gwyn. They did
They did
Gwyn.
Gwyn as the second boss. Don't worry. I mean, he is kind of mid anyway. And then Chaos Witch Quelaag. Okay, this is a really fun fight. I think I really like just everything about this fight, especially her design. Her design is amazing. 10 out of 10. Amazing chest to head.
Oh gosh.
I would put her in like high A tier, above Regular Needle for sure. I think the cool part about this fight is just like the way she just like throws lava everywhere and the arena just becomes like limited. But at the same time, she's kind of slow, so you can get away with just hitting her 3 times and then running
No,
with this white hand. Just hit her 3 times in the back and then run away, and then yeah. But it's not a really hard fight. But like the first time around, it is a pretty difficult fight. And I'd say it is one of the more fun fights in Dark Souls 1.
This guy is quite
I'd
Okay,
say
sick.
so,
wow.
A tier.
What are you gonna do about are you gonna go for the outfit or are you gonna save for Frigg?
I'm saving for free.
Alright, next is
Okay.
Taurus Demon. Oh. Basically,
forget
this
to
boss
say
is just here to teach you to plunge attack. It's nothing special. He's one of the starter bosses. I consider him like the true first boss of the game, even though there's the Abyss Demon or whatever it's called. The Asylum Demon, I mean.
yeah, Asylum Demon.
The Asylum Demon. I don't know, I call him Abyss Demon. I'd say
Same difference.
I'd say he's a little worse than Iron Golem, but he is definitely more fun than Four Kings and more fair.
Who Asylum?
No, Taurus Demon.
Oh,
What the
Centipede
Asylum is the
Demon is. Eh.
What is this man's weakness?
Okay, Centipede Demon is just. I feel like he's not as bad as everybody says he is, but like he's not a good boss either. He's just kind of there. Yeah, no, I don't like the fact that he's just like in a bunch of lava. I do like the fact that you could like break off his arm and get the lava, the orange charred ring, to just like step in lava. That's a cool mechanic. But besides that, the fight isn't really anything. It just kind of like slashes at you, you dodge, you hit, he slashes again. It's not a difficult fight, and it's not a fun fight. Ceaseless Discharge. This is one of the most boring fights in the game. It's if you know the strategy, like the main strategy, I'd say that could be put up to A tier because it's like pretty heart-wrenching lore behind him and stuff. And the main strategy is actually pretty quick and interesting, because you just kind of run away from him, and then he just latches onto the edge of the thing, the edge of the arena, and then you hit
Oh,
him
the
off.
lava demon.
Yeah, he falls into the lava. But like, if you fight this thing without doing that, it's probably the worst fight in the game, in my
Ah,
opinion.
bro, you're a real one if you don't get it.
If you don't gimp it, it's so boring. It goes into F tier, but like, it's because of the gimp strategy that I could put it up into like mid D tier. I could put it above Centipede Demon at least because of the gimp strategy. And then Capra Demon, which is, in my opinion, it's literally just a normal enemy in the middle of a boss arena with two dogs next to it. I
Wait,
don't.
hold on. I just thought of a major flaw. How does a lava demon die in lava?
And they never said he was immune to fire.
My guy is made of lava.
So the what's it called? So the demon fire stage will take extra damage from fire.
Who comes up with that boss mechanic? It's
Don't
just
question
such
it. It's Dark Souls,
a
man.
concept.
Okay, Capra Demon is another bad boss fight.
Bro, this just sounds like Cappy from Mario Odyssey, bro. That's all I hear.
You know, Capra Demon. The hardest part about the fight is killing the two dogs. Once you
Bro,
kill
why
the
is
two
there Dark
dogs,
Souls and dogs?
I don't
What is
know,
the
dude.
Dark Souls and God tier
Capra
dogs?
Demon, this fight, they literally, like, you walk into the room, it's the smallest room in existence, and two dogs are in the fight. In between the two dogs is the Capra Demon.
Yo, all dog-like animals will fuck you up in Dark Souls. That's all I'm
Yeah.
getting from this. Or remember
Yeah.
Grave Tender?
Yeah, and then the fight is, once you kill the two dogs, the fight with Capra Demon isn't anything interesting. It's like fighting a normal enemy. Yeah, I think it's okay. But D tier because of the dogs. D for dog. Oh, Black Dragon
D for
Calamite. Oh my god. This boss is amazing. So like this boss is one of the few, but I feel like it's really, really hard, but it's also really, really fair. There's no attacks that feel untelegraphed or anything. There's no attacks that feel stupid. It's just fun.
He's dead. Bitch.
And this fight just requires you to get good, and then you're good.
You get good and you're good.
You get good and you beat it, and it's just fun. All of his attacks are fun to dodge, and
Like
then
every other Dark Souls boss.
Yeah.
Just get good.
you just simply get good.
Like Gwyn. Parry.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, I
Black
wish
Dragon
they-
Calamite is still very difficult, even if you learn to parry, because you can't parry.
I wish if Gwyn had like voice lines, like just like proper like voice lines throughout the entire fight. I wish one of them is literally just parry this.
Yeah. God, okay, anyways, Black Dragon Calamite is our first SS tier boss.
Nah,
Why?
last one is reserved.
Nah, if we need, SS goes to Black Dragon Calamite. He's one of my favorite bosses in this series.
What was the other one that you fought end of 3?
Wait, what?
What's the one you fought at the end of 3?
At the end of Midir?
Oh,
No, I like
Okay.
Calamite. I like Calamite more. Anyways,
I don't remember which one this was.
can't be spoiling the rest of the tier list for people. Anyway,
Ain't no way.
But I
Belgargle.
mean, we didn't spoil the position.
That's true. That's
So
true.
actually,
I feel bad for anybody that's watching my stream because they're just getting a million ads.
Are you really just
just gonna send 1,000 ads at one dude. That's your $1.
Anyway, no, there's an ad going off every 8 minutes, I think.
every 8?
Yeah. Because I know it's only my friends watching the stream, anyways. I'll feel
What if they have
bad
an
if
ad blocker on?
that'll be unfortunate.
So tell them not to have an ad blocker on.
Yeah, take off your ad blockers, guys. Anyways, Bell Gargoyles is, I'd say, it's a great introduction to dual boss fights. In my opinion,
€1 oil?
it's a really fun fight. I think there's nothing too gimpish about this fight. It just kind of happens, and it's just fun. Yeah, it's just a cool fight. I'll put that in A tier.
I 59 Sergeant. I'm
Bed
right
of
now.
Chaos. I think this goes into SS tier. I'm joking. Okay. Anyways, I already before the tier list even started, I made a reserved tier for Bed of Chaos.
Is it below F?
Yeah, it's you already know. Like, I
Yo,
mean, like, what else did you expect to be here? This is below F tier. It's just the worst boss in the series. I don't know what else to say about it. It's a puzzle boss in the Soul series. It's a platforming boss in a Soul series. This is like something out of Mario, but it's in Souls, so you can't. It just doesn't work. You can't jump in Souls properly. This is the same game that had the jump button binded to the same button used to roll and run. This is Dark Souls 1.
ain't no way. I got finishers.
It's also the worst jump in the game in the series. Like, what?
Okay.
Who thought this boss was a good idea?
Okay.
Anyways.
I feel lied to.
Also, it's probably the hardest to dodge boss in the game for some reason, because I don't know, it's just sweeping branches.
Alright, let's see shotgun.
I have the
Asylum
vault
Demon.
resonance, but like,
Asylum
don't
Demon
see
is
it.
just,
Making my way.
I feel like he's better than his counterpart, the Demon Fire Sage, but he's nothing special. He's just kind of like a tutorial boss. I guess he does a good job at teaching you how to play the game. Besides that, he's just kind of there. Asylum Demon's cool. It's okay. D tier.
Okay, probably should eat the warning.
I think I'll go back. I'll just finish the Dark Souls 1 bosses before I get into Dark Souls 2.
You fuck the order.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna go in the order that they give me, but I'm finishing a game at a time. Okay, now that looks about right. Alright. So, Sanctuary Guardian. Oh, actually, Sanctuary Guardian is an S tier boss in my opinion. It's actually a really, really fun fight, and it's genuinely difficult, surprisingly. It's the first boss of the DLC, and it shows a notable step up in quality of bosses in this game. Like, I don't know, Dark Souls 1 DLC just kind of goes crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's go.
And yeah, you notice that the DLC is so much better when Black Dragon Calamite is also up there. And you already know the other DLC bosses are definitely gonna be above Sanctuary Guardian. Sanctuary Guardian, I'm sorry.
Okay, I only have one bullet.
Next is Stray Demon. He's literally the same thing as the Demon Fire Sage. I don't see any difference between the two. I hated this boss. I feel like the sweeping attack where he just makes a giant explosion in front of him is very annoying because you can't just dodge through it. This boss just promotes just sitting behind it and just hitting it. It's a boring boss, and I don't really like it. Okay, Seath the Scaleless is okay. I don't think he's anything special. He's just kind of a giant dragon that's immortal. He kills you the first time you see him, no matter what. And then the second time you see him, you have to like break this crystal behind him so he's no longer immortal. And then the rest of the fight is literally just sticking by his tail, or one of his tails, and just hitting it. And then you'll literally never get hit. I don't know, this boss is really, really mid. It's just not very fun. I mean, I guess it's more fun if you go for his back tail because to get the Moonlight Greatsword, because then he actually does attack you. But like if you stick to the side, he will never hit you, and you'll literally just don't need to do anything, just swing for your life.
Free real estate.
Yeah, he's a C tier boss for sure. I'd say he's above Iron Golem at least though, because He's at least a little bit more of a challenge. Moonlight Butterflies is the first F tier boss. You wait like 10 minutes for her just to hit it. Especially if you're playing melee, this boss absolutely sucks. If you're not playing melee, then I guess you get to hit it. But it's literally just a long waiting game, and I summoned for this boss because I don't want to play that waiting game and I don't want to make a ranged build. And then if you bring in the summon though, this boss is a little bit better because like the summon kills it for you before you even get a DPS phase. That thing's gone because the summon just kills it. Anyways, Ornstein and Smo. Ornstein and Smo's, they're a great fight. I don't think they're better than Sanctuary Garden, but they are more difficult. I'd say it's a fun fight, but like it's not the best, you know. Dark Souls 1 has some better fights to thing it. I'd say it's a solid S tier fight though.
It depends on how you do it. You know, you took a unique approach
Yeah,
called Solaire.
called Solaire. Yes. That was my first run, okay? On my New Game Plus run, I did fight it fairly.
Did you let Solaire live?
What do you
Or
mean?
did you kill Solaire?
No, I let him live.
Okay.
Yeah. Ornstein and Smo, I feel like the first phase is a lot harder than the second phase, and then the second phase is really nothing, even no matter which one you get. I guess Ornstein is a little bit harder in the second phase than Smo is, but like, it's nothing that bad. And then I feel like this fight becomes a lot better when you realize you can just use the pillars to like separate the two. My only complaint about this fight is that Ornstein will like throw lightning bolts through Smo and hit you, and you will never be able to see them because Smo is fat. Anyway, so like it's still a really fun fight. And yeah, I'd say it's S tier. One of the best duel fights, and it's probably. Wait, are there any other duel fights in Dark Souls 1? I don't think so. There's the gargoyles, but that's pretty much it, right? Yeah. I guess Four Kings, but Four Kings doesn't really count.
Really having a Dark Souls tier list in the middle.
Yo, that
Just
really is
cutscene.
not fair. Holy shit. If
Yes.
someone kills a boss and then you pull up after the boss has died, you can still just open the chest. You don't have to be a part of the fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next is
that's
Knight
game
Artorias. Knight Artorias. Oh my god, this fight. It's amazing, but like my problem with it was that I kept getting one-shotted. God, this fight was fun. I admit it was a lot of fun, but it was a lot of pain as well. I don't think it's a genuinely hard fight. You just kind of dodge and hit. It's really hard to explain this, but like it's not difficult. The hardest part about the fight was that I kept getting one-shotted because I let him buff. But like I realized that you can actually stop him from buffing, and then that's when I actually had fun with the fight because I was no longer getting one-shotted. But that's also when I beat the fight. And yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty fun fight. I'd say it's a solid S tier above Sanctuary Garden and Ornstein and Smo. I don't think it reaches SS tier for me though. But what does reach SS tier is Manus. Manus was a fun fight. Manus just kind of does a lot of things. He's just really fast, and he just hits with combos. I never found Manus that difficult, but I also only fought him in like my first playthrough. I never touched him in New Game Plus, so I don't really know how difficult he can get. I'll imagine he's like super difficult in New Game Plus. Oh yeah, and for another fact, I also didn't use the silver pendant when fighting Manus, surprisingly. But yeah, Manus was a fun fight. I'd say he deserves the SS tier. I don't think he's better than Black Dragon Calamite though, but like Manus is my second favorite Dark Souls 1 boss. And then Pinwheel. Pinwheel is interesting. I don't know. I can't really have much of an opinion on this fight because I killed him in 3 hits. He kind of died before he did anything. I don't know where to put him. I'd say in B tier. He would be a cool
Warfare
boss.
doesn't really make for a good boss if it dies too fast.
Yeah, I know, but like, I've seen like things he does is actually pretty cool. Like he'd actually be a genuinely difficult boss if he like his moveset would be genuinely pretty difficult. Well, not difficult. It would be fun if he actually had a health pool. I don't know. I feel like C tier suits him because actually, I'd say low D tier makes sense for him because like, yeah, he just dies way too fast.
Oh, I got close.
Anyways, now we're into Dark Souls 2. Well, there's a lot of bosses in this game. There's 41 to be exact, I'm pretty sure. This is the game that put quantity over quality. And it'll be very clear with how many mid and very bad bosses are in this game.
He'll try to kill you. What's wrong with that?
Okay.
Reasonably everything this time.
Yeah, okay, so Vendrick's the first. I don't know why Vendrick is literally the Gwyn of this game. I don't know why he's first.
They really have a thing for final bosses first.
This isn't a final boss though. He's just kind of like Gwyn's equivalent in this game. Like lore
Final
wise.
bosses first, basically.
I'd say Vendrick has like the sickest lore behind him. Like such a cool boss lore wise. But like when you actually get into the fight, he just kind of has 2 attacks and a giant HP pool. And if you don't collect all 5 giant souls, he has a lot of defense. That's pretty much the
I
whole
wonder if
gimmick of
someone's
this
done that
fight.
without collecting any of them. Someone's probably done that.
Yeah,
Let's see it.
probably. I wouldn't really. I'd put him below Pinwheel because he's less fun. He doesn't do anything. He's not hard. He's just a lot of help. That's the only thing that he has going for him. Yeah, I mean, I guess the whole point of the fight was to show that he's a hollow form of his self or something. So he's gone hollow. Powerful king has gone hollow, but like they did it with Gwyn already. It's mid boss. Also, yeah, I took in Gwyn is the only boss you can actually parry in Dark Souls 1. Keep that in mind. Velstadt. This is another pretty mid boss in my opinion. He's nothing special. He's like every other enemy you fought in the game. 90% of Dark Souls 2 is giant armored enemies, and then what is this? A giant armored enemy that can once in a while cast magic. The magic that will never hit you, by the way, because he just sits still and you have like a million seconds to just hit his back the whole time. Velstadt is a pretty mid boss, and I don't know why everybody loves him so much.
Oh gosh.
Doesn't really
Actually
do
good hit.
anything. I'd put him above. I'd say high C tier. He's just there. Also, you could parry him for some reason. I don't really understand why. It's like he has a giant weapon and you can just parry it. Okay, and then
Okay, I can't hit my shots or shit.
I feel like I should do. Where's Dragon Rider? Okay, Dragon Rider before Twin Dragon Rider is at least somewhat of an order, you know. Okay, so with Dragon Rider, this boss literally just does nothing. It just forward slash to the right, and if you're standing on his left side, he will never hit you. It's the easiest boss in the game. I don't even know what else to say. He just doesn't do anything. I think the funny part about this fight is that if you don't raise the arena like you're supposed to make the fight quote unquote easier for you, he will literally just fall off the arena. It's so funny because like even when he falls off the arena, he literally just falls, like, and the music cuts out instantly.
Butter.
Hold on, let me see if I can actually find this on YouTube real quick. Dragon Rider cheese.
Hey guys, Lord British.
Don't care about you,
Yes.
Lord British. Anyways.
Oh, you have to care about the British.
That's cool.
The British.
Yeah, sure. Let me go colonize them first.
You can't really hear the music in this fight, but yeah, the music literally just simply cuts out. It just cuts out the second he falls off, and it's just so comedic. I don't know. This boss, I don't know what they were thinking with this boss design, but it's like one of the easiest bosses in Dark Souls. I'd say goes into F tier.
I guess we go around.
Twin Dragon Riders is like equally as bad. It's Dragon Rider, but one of them shoots you. It's not fun. It's just boring. I don't know what else to say. It's an easy fight either way. Even if you put a second one. Was this supposed to be the Ornstein and Smo of this game? Like, I don't understand.
We just go all the way around.
Which
Were
is
they
actually,
in Anor Londo?
no, they were in like a castle-like area. They were in Drangleic.
Oh,
But you know what the true
Dang.
Ornstein and Smo of this game is? Throne Watchers and Throne Defender.
Let's go.
I don't know why they had a second gank boss that was reminiscent of Ornstein and Smo, but I'd say it's at least better than Twin Dragon Riders. In my opinion, it was a mid fight. It wasn't anything bad. It wasn't anything good. It just kind of happened. There's nothing like stupid about the fight. It's just fighting two dudes. I don't know. I beat this in my first try. I wasn't really paying that much attention to it. I watched back fights of this, and it's just mid. It's nothing bad. I can imagine how it would be annoying for some people, but like, it
Oh,
wasn't
what
that bad for me. The Rotten just kind of stands around, does nothing. You can easily abuse him by just stepping around him. I'd say boss design wise, he's really cool. Lore wise, he's really cool. Fight wise, he's okay. He doesn't really do much. I think I beat him in my first try with like 3 Estus. Yeah, no, he wasn't difficult. You could just spin him around and he won't hit you, but he's still harder than like Dragon Rider and stuff. I'd say he goes mid D tier. Above, I say below Ceaseless Discharge. The Last Giant, that's a really bad boss again. He's probably the first boss you'll come across in Dark Souls 2. Not much to say, he just stomps. he just steps up and down. Like, it's not hard. He doesn't do anything. Like, once in a while he swipe at you, but like, why would he do that? Because you're literally standing underneath him. He's not gonna hit you with it. I don't understand this fight. I don't know why Microsoft even made it the first, but it's whatever.
Easy, no scopes.
Alright. Next is the Duke's Deer Freya. Okay. The Duke's Deer Freya is actually a pretty interesting fight. It's like a giant spider you're fighting, and it's just a giant spider with a bunch of other spiders in the arena. Which sounds annoying, but like if you bring in a torch and the other spiders won't go after you. My problem with this fight is that like it's just annoying. The boss run to it is annoying, and then it doesn't really do anything. I don't know why this spider is shooting lasers at me. I don't know. It's just you can't hit any part of it other than its head, and that's annoying to me, but it's still a mid boss. I'd put it above Throne Watchers. Smelter Demon. Okay, Smelter Demon's a sick fight.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I'd hate the boss run to the Smelter Demon, but the fight itself was pretty fun. I wouldn't put it above Quelaag. I would put it in between Quelaag and Mito. The fight itself, it's like Smelter Demon's just fun. Like you just dodge hit, and like it feels fun to dodge. I don't know how else to explain it. Skeleton Lords is a pretty mid boss. Actually, it's pretty bad. It's just I'd say it's a nice concept, like, but it's just a gank boss in the end. I think for me it was a lot easier because I ran in with a great sword and just like murdered all of them. But you're essentially just fighting a skeleton army from Clash Royale.
Oh,
That's
this was me.
that's the best way to
That
put
sounds
skeleton
pretty
armies.
hype.
It sounds pretty hype, but then you remember you're playing Dark Souls.
No, you know what was bad? It's those mobs that summoned an army of archers.
No, that was actually kind of fun because like, actually, I don't know why that was kind of fun for me. It just was.
These would be harder. Because I didn't know how to kill them.
You know, because you didn't have to fight every single one of those archers. You just had to fight the guy in the back. This, you have to fight the whole skeleton army, but it gets entirely trivialized if you bring in an alluring skull. The whole fight literally just becomes, it just becomes super easy, because if you throw an alluring skull, every single skeleton just runs to it, and then you just one-shot all of them. Oh, Sir Alon. Okay, Sir Alon it's one of my favorite fights in the series, actually. Sir Alon is just so cool.
You
He's
guys
just,
massive.
he's fast, he's punishing, he's everything you want in a Dark Souls boss. He's just, lore-wise, he's cool, music is cool, the arena looks amazing. Only thing, the boss run sucks. Well, it's not that bad. If you're able to, like, kill the frog at the beginning pretty easily, then the rest of the boss run is not that bad. If you can't kill the boss, if you can't kill that one frog, then good luck on getting to this boss.
What's up?
But yeah,
Nice,
Sir
nice,
Alon is
nice.
such a sick fight. He's basically the Artorias of this game. Yeah, I'd say he's the Artorias of this game, but in my opinion, he's actually done better than Artorias. Sir Alon is a sick fight, and I'll leave him up there. Sin the Slumbering Dragon is another pretty sick fight. It's one of the cool dragon boss fights that we get in Dark Souls. And surprisingly, it's in Dark Souls too. This is, once again, I guess this is showing that the DLC is so much better than the main game of Dark Souls.
Hard pass, but
Yeah, no, Sin the Slumbering Dragon is just... My only complaint with this boss is the fact that he degrades your weapon equipment, so like, everything just breaks. It's not really a fun mechanic. It makes sense.
that sounds great.
But like, you have to bring repair powder into this fight or else you're not winning. Unless you want to start beating him down with your fists, which is also an option.
That also sounds
I think
great.
fists are actually like pretty viable in Dark Souls 2, which is funny.
Can I power stance my fists?
You can.
Oh my god. Square it up. Square the fuck up.
Yeah, I'd say Sin is... I don't feel like putting him in S tier. I feel like high A tier makes sense for Sin. Yeah, he's the final boss of the first DLC of Dark Souls 2.
Oh, it's a shield. Sick.
Scorpion as Najka is a mid-boss. I'd say she's like downgraded Quelaag, that's the best way to put it.
Yo, Scorpion sounds like it'd be a great boss. So if she say get over here?
No.
Down.
D tier, F tier, already.
Would have been Mortal Kombat before its time.
Oh god.
Ruin Sentinels is our first gank boss of Dark Souls 2. But like, Ruin Sentinels is actually pretty sick. I don't know, they just it's just 3 dudes with a spear. And if you kill them fast enough, you don't have to worry about gank. It's just a nice fight. It's an introduction to the gank bosses, and it's just cool. I like it. A tier.
Okay. I got an
Actually,
RPG.
Yeah, I'd say they're above
Oh,
Gargoyles.
nice.
Royal Rat Vanguard is a dumb boss, shouldn't exist. Royal Rat Authority is a dumb boss that shouldn't exist. They're both just rat bosses. One of them is infinitely spawns rats until the actual boss spawns in. The other one has 4 rats at the beginning that can cause you to be toxic, but my problem isn't even that because I killed them all pretty easily. My problem with this fight is the actual Royal Rat Authority.
Sniper.
It's just kind of... it's kind of like easier than Sif somehow. Like, you just sit underneath it and it will never hit you. I managed to fight this boss without getting hit, without rolling at all. I just simply walked and dodged everything in this boss fight. It's so dumb. Why? Anyways, oh. The Pursuer. This is most people's second boss in the game. And I'd say it's one of the cooler bosses, early game bosses in Dark Souls. Pursuer, it's really fun. If you want, you could also just parry it and like just crossbow it to death. That's also pretty fun in my opinion. Because if you don't want to deal with this giant health pool for the beginning of the game, then you could just crossbow it to death. It's fun.
Alright.
He's a nice boss. I wouldn't put him above Bell Gargoyles. I wouldn't put him above Gwyn either. I'd put him above Crosskeeper Solo though.
Yeah, always flank.
Prowling Magus in the Congregation. You already know this is SS here. I'm joking. Prowling Magus in the Congregation doesn't really do anything. You walk in the boss room and one-shot half of its health, half of the things in the room anyways. Like, they just put a group of enemies together and called it a boss fight. I don't know what else to tell you.
Wait, I kind of just thought this through. Hardy, your stream picks up Discord audio, right?
Yep.
Yo, Sajid's literally Dark Souls tier listing on your stream.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Bro, keep going. You have to commit. Halo Souls.
Halo Soul.
Halo Souls tier list.
Oh my god. Old Iron King. Okay, Old Iron King is another really meh boss in this series. In the Dark Souls 2 specifically, it's just,
right now.
it's such
But,
it just doesn't do anything. It just swipes and then smash, and then it sits there for like 10 seconds for you to get a DPS phase. The real boss in this fight is the hole, because you randomly roll into it because you don't realize it's there. That hole is just the only thing that'll kill you in this boss fight. I promise you. It's an easy fight, and I don't really have anything else to say about it. I wouldn't say it's like bad. Actually, it is pretty bad. I wouldn't say it's worse than Prowling Magus though. It's still a bad boss though. Old Dragon Slayer is a pretty sick boss. It's just Ornstein from Ornstein and Smo, but it's just him. It's literally just Ornstein. Smo didn't show up. Smo's dead or something. I don't know what to tell you. I say this is a cooler boss than Crossbreed, but I don't think it's cooler than Pursuer.
Here, I'll end it here.
Not a very hard boss either. I guess if you come to it early game, then it could
If
be
you
difficult.
enjoyed, that's nice, but I gotta get to bed.
Alright, good night, Hardy.
Also, my mom said I was being too loud. That's why.
Oh, makes sense.
Ah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
wrong.
why you can
But I
hear me.
mean, can't do anything about this.
Yep. And stream.
Right.
So yeah, I was being too loud. Unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Whatever.
Oh, Nashandra, the final boss of Dark Souls 2. This boss is actually so bad. It's just, it's another boss that's artificial difficulty, doesn't really do anything. It looks hard, but doesn't actually do anything. If you get like, there's an item that if you get, it literally just makes this boss fight so trivial. Like nothing will even hurt you in this boss fight. Because the hardest part about this boss fight is the curse mechanic. And then there's an item you can get that just completely just negates curse. So curse buildup just stops happening entirely. I don't know why, but yeah, Nashandra's not hard. Nashandra's a really bad final boss. And I guess lore-wise, she's insanely cool, but fight-wise, it's really boring. Myth of the Baneful Queen. I hate this boss fight. I actually hate it so much. I still think it's better than Old Iron King. But that's because like if you walk into the arena without burning the windmill or the windmill, you are not winning this fight. You're just poisoned. She's regaining health every second, and you are slow. You can't do anything. Once you light the windmill though, it'll become easier boss fight. Not very difficult. She doesn't do much. She throws her head for some reason. Yeah, no, she's nothing special though. She's really easy to dodge. She's just really, really boring. So yeah, I'd say she goes into F tier. Blood and Zolan, the king's pets, and they they are down there with the bed of chaos. I don't really care what anyone says. Blood and Zolan, like, it's just unfair. It's just a gank, and it's another attempt at recreating the Ornstein and Small Magic, but like they just simply didn't. They failed so hard with this one. Wooden Zolan, it just ganks you to death. Not to mention it has the worst boss run in history. Like I would never touch the Frigid Outskirts again in my life. I'm not trying to get like railed by a bunch of reindeer that shoot lightning. Like, reindeer with the power of Gwyn. Why does this fight exist? I don't understand. I don't know.
Hey, Laura, where you at in the story?
I don't know why
Huh?
the developers at FromSoft saw like
Where are you
a
at in the
really
story?
balanced single boss fight. They
Oh, the
decided to
game
make
crashed,
two
man,
of
that's-
them to make it super unbalanced. Because they
Rocket
didn't even
League?
change his single attack with
Okay.
Ava. Oh. Whatever. Lost Sinner is a pretty sick boss. She's not too hard. You just dodge and hit. Like every other night boss. But yeah, night bosses are always cool in Dark Souls. And Lost Sinner is no exception to that. I'm surprised you can actually parry her. Along with a lot of other bosses in Dark Souls 2, you can actually parry. But you can't ever riposte any of them, which sucks to me. But yeah, Lost Sinner. He has a cool arena too. And then I like the mechanic of having to light flames or the boss fight is harder. But like it's not impossible like Mithra, the baneful queen. But yeah, Lost Sinner's cool. Looking Glass Knight. This is a really, really cool boss. Dude, the arena is amazing. The fight itself is pretty balanced, and then I like the fact that you can summon like another player to fight against you. But since I was offline, I summoned an NPC, which is annoying, but still pretty cool. I wouldn't put him above Smelty Demon. I would have put him above Graveler Needle, but I would put him above the other people in the A tier. Let me see. Who else? Who's next? Guardian Dragon, pretty mid dragon boss. I don't have many complaints about this boss. It's just that it's nothing special. I don't know why this dragon is weak to fire as well. It's kind of dumb. He literally breathes fire. I'd put him down there with Scorpionus Magica. Yeah. Giant Lord is... I actually really like the build up to this fight, I'm not gonna lie. The build up to the fight is cool. The fight itself is just kind of boring, but it's still better than the last giant. That's not saying much, though. I'll put it below Ceaseless. I'll also put it below a lot of these bosses, actually. Yeah, I'd put it underneath Avenger. That makes more sense to me, but I don't think it's an F tier. Okay, Fume Knight. Fume Knight is probably my favorite boss in Dark Souls 2. And for good reason. He's fun, challenging, and probably the most hardest boss in the game. And he never feels unfair. Like every single time you die to him, it just feels like he's just
Skill diff.
yeah, it's just a skill diff. It never feels like he has some broken hitbox or something, which he actually does have like 2 broken hitboxes, but we don't talk about that. But
Skill diff.
but like for the most part, it's just a skill diff if you die to him. And like, yeah, no, you could beat this boss at like any level as long as you're good enough. It's just a matter of learning his rhythm and learning his attacks, the moveset. It's not very hard. God, the music just cut back in and it cut in really loudly. Oh god. Yeah, so
Wait,
if you
music for what?
the lo-fi, the non-copyright lo-fi.
Oh,
Anyways, yeah. So yeah, that is Fume Knight. Really fun fight. The lore behind him goes crazy. And yeah, I'd say him and Sir Alon are kind of interchangeable, but I mostly put Fume Knight above Sir Alon. Flexar Century, I found this to be a pretty cool fight. I don't think he's anything special. I don't think he's hard. He's just cool. He's like, you fight him or the Pursuer second, either one, and I'd say they're pretty equals. They're pretty much equals, except Flexar Century's a little bit easier. But either way, they're just as cool with each other, in my opinion. Executioner's Chariot is a puzzle boss done right, in my opinion. I know a lot of people would not agree with that one, but like,
what made both of them wrong?
Executioner's Chariot is just, you just kind of. I like the run. I don't like the run to the boss fight, but I like the run inside of the boss fight to run to the lever, and then it's just a normal beast fight after that. But like the run to the lever is really fun, and I like killing the skeletons and stuff along the way. And it's just a ride. It's just a fun ride. Nothing special. It's just fun. I'd say above Crossbreed Priscilla. Where did I put it? I don't. Oh, okay. There it is. Yeah, that makes sense. Alana, Squalid Queen. See, this boss's enjoyment depends entirely on whether she summons Velstadt or if she summons, like, the rest. Anything else in this. Okay, if she summons Velstadt, that's an automatic F tier. She summons anything else, I'd say she's pretty much an S tier boss. She's a fun fight, nothing special. I mean, I'd say she is pretty special actually. She does a lot of like, what's it called? A lot of magic attacks that are cool. But I like the fact that she can summon skeletons and stuff to fight with her. It's just my problem with her summoning Velstadt. Well, I think it's actually a pretty cool gank. My problem with her summoning Velstadt is that I got super unlucky because I killed Velstadt. And then she simply summoned him again, like 2 seconds after I killed him. But like, besides that one complaint and my insanely unlucky RNG, I'd say she's a pretty fun fight. And as long as you don't get unlucky, she will be an S tier fight. Yeah, I do think she's better than Sin. Demon of Song is actually insanely great characters this time. I don't even know like where they got inspiration for this thing. It's like a skull inside of a condom. I don't know. it just looks cool in my opinion. But yeah, the actual fight is pretty boring. He has like 3 attacks. Doesn't really do much. Not hard. He's just there. He's just boring. Yeah. I'd say he's above like the D tier though. He's a C tier boss. Above Scorpioness. Above Darkson and Gwendolyn. See, Dark Lurker. Now this is the true Ornstein and Small of this game. Basically, a Dark Lurker is just a mage. He just kind of shoots magic at you and stuff like that, but like actual fun to dodge magic, you create opportunities to actually fight against this thing. And then midway through the fight, he summons another one, because it felt really easy if it was just one, and then he summons another, and that's when the fight actually becomes difficult. But it never feels unfair. It's just fun. I'd say this goes above Ornstein and Small. It goes above Sanctuary Guardian. I wouldn't put it above Artorias though. Dark Lurker is fun though. Actually, one of the best bosses in Dark Souls 2 for some reason. Covetous Team. Talk about another boss that literally just does nothing. It's just Jabba the Hutt. It just flops around and then has no hitboxes or anything. It's such a boring fight. It just doesn't do anything. And then Gank Squad. I don't know who decided to put Sarah, Varden, Grave Robber. This is everybody knows this is Gank Squad. I'd say this is actually a fun fight. Even if I got ganked out a lot and I died a lot on the run to the fight. The run to the fight is terrible. It's actually terrible. The fight itself is... It's just 3 PvP enemies, except way harder for some reason. I don't know. I feel like fighting these guys kind of feel fun because you're just... It just feels like you're outplaying them. I don't know how else to explain it. You're just... You hit them a couple times, you run for your life. I don't know. It's fun. You find different like strategies and stuff. It's not as bad as everybody says it is. Though it did have me screaming. Burnt Ivory King. This is another one of the greats of Dark Souls 2. I'd say in terms of just how epic this fight is, it goes like SS tier. But like the actual fight itself is kind of like easy. I wouldn't say it's anything hard. It's just not a very difficult fight. And then the actual mechanics of the Burnt Ivory King and stuff aren't very interesting. I'd say they're just cool. But like it's just how epic the intro sequence to this fight is and everything. The way you fall down and your 4 knights fall with you and it's just a little bit of a war, and then Ivory King spawns in. It's so cool. It's amazing. The actual fight, though, it's cool too, but not like anything better. Not better than anything here. I'd say it's not even as good as the Reina's fight. But yeah, Burnt Ivory King is sick. Belfry Gargoyles. I don't really like this fight. They just kind of threw in a bunch of gargoyles and then you fight them. It doesn't feel like a boss, it just feels like a bunch of normal enemies. And it's not really fun either. There's nothing special about this fight. But I also can't put it in F tier because I just don't... It doesn't feel that bad. I'd say it's above Pinwheel and Demon Fire Stage, Stray Demon. Centipede Demon. Not above the run. Ancient Dragon. Man. Ancient Dragon is just terrible. It's literally just one of the worst fights in existence. I don't know what else to say. It just has like how much health? Like 20 million, not 20. It's like 20,000 health. Yeah, it has 20,000 health and its AoE fire attack will one-shot you no matter what. And the only way to dodge the AoE attack is to run underneath its tail, which isn't always possible because sometimes its tail is off the map, to which then you just simply die? It's such a stupid fight. I don't know. Yeah, no, this definitely goes like down there with Bed of Chaos and stuff. It's just terrible. Like, it just shouldn't exist. I don't really care. But anyways, it's just a bad fight. See, next is... let me switch these two. Ava the King's Pet is, in my opinion, a great fight. I really liked this fight. It was just fun. It was anything annoying. It wasn't anything stupid. It was just fun. Not like, yeah, they did a lot of damage or whatever, but they weren't hard. They weren't boring. They were just fun. Like, Ava was just so much better than Ludenzollen. Ludenzollen sucks. Like, it's actually the worst fight. Ludenzollen is actually like one of the worst fights in Dark Souls 2. But Ava, on the other hand, when it's just one, it's so much fun. And then I love the fact that he's like invisible when you first see him. Like, it just promotes you to explore the game before you fight the boss, but you could also just fight the boss if you feel like it. And even then, it's not really like Ava isn't that bad. I feel like I wouldn't be able to personally fight him. Which boss would I take in a fist fight? Which I would take Gwyn in a fist fight, to be honest. I feel like I could take him on. But yeah, with Ava the King's Pet, it's just a fun fight. I don't know what else to say to that. And finally, ending off with the final boss of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Alia, the Scholar of the First Sin. World credits. This boss really isn't anything interesting, if I'm being honest. I can't even put him up with Gwyn. He's actually not a good fight at all. It doesn't feel fun to fight. He just kind of peers around the arena, does a little bit of fire. The fire disappears and that's your DPS face. It's kind of a really boring fight. I feel like he's better than Ashandra at least. He's better than most of these D tier bosses. But I can't put him above 4 Kings or Cap. I can put him above Capra Demon, but I can't put him above 4 Kings. So he goes D tier. Fort of the Boreal Valley. Okay, now we're getting to Dark Souls 3. This is where the bosses get really, really good. Basically, from here on, there's not gonna be many more in D tier. Okay, so Fort is in first. From Dark Souls 3. I don't know, Fort. He's fun. He just kind of like runs around the arena a lot. He's fast. He's got a cool moveset. He shows a notable step up in quality in like first bosses in Dark Souls 3. And yeah, I don't think he's anything special. So I'd say he goes down into C tier with like above everything here though. Like genuinely he is better than everything here. Yeah, no, Ford is really cool. Ford is not a bad boss by any means. It's just that he's kind of easy, so I can't put him any higher than that. Half-Life Spear of the Church. This is one of the final DLC bosses. God, why is this second? Okay, Half-Life. You know what? This is a PvP boss that I can actually kind of get behind. He never felt unfair to fight. He never felt like the other PvP bosses. He just felt fun. I don't have any like major complaints about him, just that it's kind of a gank with like two enemies you have to kill before he spawns in, and then another enemy that spawns in like with him that heals him. That's kind of annoying, but like he's not very hard, so I can like put that past him. I'd say he's better than like everything else in C tier as well. Can't put him above Fort though, who actually feels like a boss. Why is Soul of Cinder third? Soul of Cinder is third on the Dark Souls 3 part.
Bro, they love the final bosses.
Alright. Soul of Cinder is another like actually Soul of Cinder is a sick boss. He's the first like really cool final boss. I'd put him above Knight Artorias. Is like the cool part about Soul of Cinder is that he has like multiple different movesets. All of them are based on like weapons that you use throughout the entire game. Because he's like the lore behind him is that he's like the incarnate of every single like the amalgamation of every single Lord of Cinder that has ever like linked the flame. So yeah, he has such a very fun moveset. And then his second phase, he just turns into Gwyn, and oh my god, it's so cool. My only complaint about the Soul of Cinder is that he has this one juggle combo that will most likely one-shot you. And I don't like one-shot attacks ever. In my opinion, unfair. But Soul of Cinder gets a pass because it's really easy to dodge. At least dodge enough so that you don't get one-shotted, I mean. Yeah, Soul of Cinder is a sick final boss and shows a real step up in Dark Souls. I'm saving these two fights for the end. Okay. Pontiff Sullivan. This boss is like, he's so much fun to parry, but like at the same time, if you miss a parry, you're just dead. It's hard to say. He's kind of annoying in my opinion. Like if you like try to parry him to death, but at the same time, he's a sick fight. I'm really torn with this one because like I love this fight, but at the same time I hate it. I'd say he's an A tier fight above Smelter Demon. Which reminds me, Blue Smelter Demon isn't in this tier list. Huh. That's interesting. Hold on. Blue Smelter Demon. Okay, let me just add him to this tier list real quick because he deserves to be in it. How do I do this actually? I don't think I can. Never mind. Never mind. Let's just say he goes into like lowest tier, like below Lava, the King's Pet. The Blue Smelter Demon is actually, while the run up to him is probably one of the worst in the series, the actual fight is pretty fun because like it's just a varied thing. It's just a varied Smelter Demon. It's revamped but like harder and more fun. And I don't think his hitboxes are broken. I think it's a very skill-based fight. Old Demon King. I'd say this is a pretty forgettable boss. He's fun, but he's not anything special. I'd say he's better than Vort. But like, I think the cool part about him is more of the lore. Like I like the final phase of his fight where he just started like doing the Sif thing and like he just becomes really easy to fight and you just feel bad for killing him. I think that much puts him in C tier. But the fight itself, it's like fighting one of the demon things that you fight throughout the entire game. Osiris the King, Consume King, Ocelot. This dude he's not a very fun fight. Well, he's not boring. I'd say he's a fun fight, but he's not a perfect fight by any means. Like, the problem with it is like the second phase, he just kind of like runs around a lot. You can't hit him, and it's just annoying. It's not fun. But the first phase has been nice, but also in the second phase, he kind of like smashes down the child he has in his hand. He just being Ocelot and the child is just dead. It's just gone. Anyways, yeah, the lore behind this fight is kind of better than the actual fight, in my opinion. But yeah, I'd say he's a B tier fight at best. The first half of the fight being a little bit more fun than the second. A little bit more fair. I'd say the second phase is kind of fun because it's really fast. Okay, next is Nameless King. Now this is a really fun fight for the second phase. The first phase sucks. I don't care what anyone says. The camera, you can't lock on for the life of you, because if you do lock on, you will have a seizure. The weak spot of the dragon, well, the King of the Storm, is its head, and then you hit it. Hitting its head while you're not locked on is a pain. Even hitting its head while locked on is a pain. I don't even know why. It's just a pain to fight, so it's a pain to hit. You have to wait for like very specific moves to bait them out and then hit them.
No, I'll make one.
But like, when you get to the second phase, all of this gets redeemed because
No.
what's it
No.
called? The
This is
Nameless
why
King.
problems don't get solved.
The Nameless King is just such a sick fight. Like,
You wanna hop in a training?
he will punish anything you do. You just have to perfect the fight in order to beat it. It's just one of those cool fights that I don't know, it'll go down in history as one of the best Soulsborne fights in existence. And it's just fun. What can I say? As long as you're not
Why
doing
the hell did that go there?
the first phase sucks, the second phase is amazing.
Yes, I flipped. Probably because I flipped. I should have backed into it.
Dark Souls 3, what can I say?
Yeah, that's because I flipped.
Next is, oh my god, Lothric. Lothric, I hate this fight so much.
Lothric is the best.
I hate this fight, but I
No,
have to.
Lothric is the best. You don't hate it. You loved it. You literally asked him to stand still for you, and he did. You can't
Oh
lie.
yeah, that is true. He goes to SS tier. Anyways, okay, so this fight, if I'm being honest, I liked it more on my New Game Plus run because like I didn't die to it a million
We can
times.
move on though.
But like,
He's saying, yeah, he said FF.
yeah, no, my
Leave.
problem with this
Oh,
fight
You're
is
gonna
more.
FF?
No, FF.
No, my problem with Prince Lothric is more Prince Lothric than
You would beat these guys.
anything
They're
else.
actually ass.
Because Prince
wanna try
Lothric,
But
again?
you're
Alright, no, I'm putting on music.
yeah, no, because
You're
Prince
selling.
Lothric just
I'm
kind of
putting on music.
spams spells at you, like annoying spells. It's not like I don't know how to explain this, but I just hate spell casting in Dark Souls, and Prince Lothric just launches spells at you while the older brother just kind of lunges at you and hits you, and it just becomes annoying to dodge rather than fun. But besides that, besides the
Mid.
magic, I'd say he's a pretty fun fight.
So
I
yeah.
could put him like A tier above Bell Gargoyles at least. And Ruin Sentinels, I guess. I wouldn't put him above Looking Glass Knight. Udix Gundyr. Udix Gundyr, great entry boss, best like tutorial boss of the series.
Right.
I can put him in S tier just for the fact that he's a tutorial boss that's actually super difficult. Well, not super difficult, but like super fun, you know? He's not something that like every single person is gonna get high by on their first try. It'll take a couple tries to get past Udix
He's in front of
Gundyr,
you.
and it teaches you to learn how to parry and stuff like that. I'd say it's a pretty cool fight. Also, Dark Souls 3, you can parry most bosses, and that's pretty cool in my opinion. High Lord Wolnir, and this is like the worst boss fight you'll ever get in Dark Souls 3. And the only problem with it is that it's a whole lot of nothing. High Lord Wolnir is also known as Vape Lord Wolnir because he will vape on you and like curse you and insta kill you. Just stay out of his vape breath and hit his bracelets, and he's an easy fight. He won't do much to you. Not really much of a fight. He just kind of climbs, and then yeah, the most boring fight in Dark Souls 3 at least. I think one of the worst fights in Dark Souls 3 is probably the Cursed Rotted Greywood. I still don't even think that they're that bad. I don't think that they like. There's no Dark Souls 3 bosses that go into like F or you already know tier. This one is just D tier. I'd say Cursed Rotted Greywood is a little bit below High Lord. Yeah, he's a little bit below High. Yeah, just a little bit below High Lord Wolnir. Cursed Rotted Greywood, my problem with him is once again, like, he has very specific areas you're supposed to attack him at. And then he does like a whole lot of nothing as well.
Damn it.
I know.
His attacks are just kind of dumb, like flopping over or just like swiping in front of him, similar to the Bed of Chaos, but like nowhere near as bad. Yeah, but you have to kill him if you want boss fuck.
Oh, I ran out of burst. Damn.
Champions Gravetender and Wolf. This is just kind of a mid boss. Not very hard unless you go to it super early. You can get there like, say like, you can get there as soon as you get to the Cleansing Chapel, if you really want to. But yeah,
Fuck. You make it?
he doesn't really. It's just. It starts off with the wolf gank, and then you just kill a dude, and then another wolf spawns after killing said dude. As a giant wolf. The giant wolf is actually like a harder version of Sif, but once again, not that hard because you actually have iframes in this game.
Run away with that.
It's just dodge and hit, dodge and hit. In my opinion, it's just nothing special, but it's not a bad boss fight. Dragon Slayer armor is actually pretty fun. I don't know. I really enjoyed this fight. It's nothing hard. It's just fun. You just run around, hit him, dodge his attacks. His attacks are fairly well telegraphed. They're fair. Never feel unfair. He doesn't like one-shot you with anything. Maybe there's an impact that one-shots you, but he never hit me with it. I don't know. He's just a fun fight. I like Dragon Slayer armor. Demon Prince. Oh, Demon Prince is actually a sick fight. This is like the Ornstein and Smo of this game. But like cooler. Demon Prince just kind of like has two demons at the beginning of the fight. You kill one,
Down it.
you kill
Nice.
one, and then you kill the other. The second one you kill becomes the Demon Prince. They have two different like movesets depending on which one you killed first. And then the Demon Prince himself is just not a hard fight, but he's just fun. You just fight, dodge. The moveset is cool and then pretty varied, and then it's difficult to dodge, but it's not impossible. It's not. It feels fair. It's a skill to fight, and I like it.
Ah, shit. Who forfeit now?
F fucking
Ah,
nonsense.
Deacons of the Deep is like, it's not a bad boss fight.
I told you. They're
It's
actually
just kind of mid.
They're actually as ass, but we were too.
Deacons of the Deep, you throw in a Luring Skull, you hit. You throw in a Luring Skull, you hit. You throw in a Luring Skull, you hit. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the fight. Or you could, like, if you fight it without an Alluring Skull, it's a little bit harder, but, like, it's also super annoying, and I don't really want to deal with that. Dark Eater Midir. This is another one of the really, really cool fights of the Dark Souls 3 DLC. And I wouldn't put him above Knight Artorias. I wouldn't put him above Dark Clerk, but I would put him above Demon Prince. So Dark Eater Midir has the biggest health bar of like anything ever, I swear. Almost as much as Ancient Dragon from Dark Souls 2. But he actually has an interesting moveset. That's crazy, right? And he doesn't just like sit around and let you hit him. He also doesn't just have like a fire breath attack that kills you in one hit and it's impossible to dodge.
That is unfortunate.
He just has a lot of moves that feel fun to dodge, and like his moves are well telegraphed. Everything about him. The only thing I don't like about this fight is like that it's a dragon boss fight, so the camera kind of sucks at times. Like sometimes the
That's not
camera will actually glitch
Alright.
inside of Midir and like it'll screw you over a little bit. But besides that, like, and he's also kind of hard to hit. Like you have to hit his head, because like the rest of his body takes like half damage. Besides that, Dark Eater is like
No, it's fine. You'll get over it.
it's a sick fight. And then I love that like when you get like to like a quarter of his health, you get like stagger, and then you get like the critical attack on him. There's an insane amount of damage and just kills him outright basically at that point. I love that you don't have to go down the entire health bar. Because it
It's
just makes it
literally
so
just a
much
red
more
guy.
fun. Dancer of the Boreal Valley. Oh, this is another really, really cool fight. Oh my god, this fight is amazing. I can't put it above
Oh.
Dark Eater, but yeah.
Right.
Dancer of the
Oh,
Boreal Valley.
it's
Her
just Red
movements
Boy.
are so enchanting. It's like you're fighting an actual dancer. Her moves are like, they're really well telegraphed, but at the same time, you don't know what she's gonna do. Like, yo, it's just such a cool fight. And then like, when you master this fight, it just feels so right. I don't know. It
Wow,
feels so
God damn it.
satisfying. She's
I
just a
know, that
cool
makes me
fight.
mad.
I love it.
That was
Her
horrible.
weapon, her boss
An
weapon
eight
is so
on
much fun to use as
Holy
well.
shit.
God, I actually love that fight so much. Crystal Sage is probably my least favorite Dark Souls 3 boss. Oh, wait. before I said there was no bosses that go into F tier, but like I forgot Crystal
Oh,
Sage
Coming
exists.
from behind or coming such a weird spot.
I see Crystal Sage is still more interesting than a lot of. Yeah, Crystal Sage is still a lot more interesting than these bosses. I can't put him in F tier. Crystal Sage is like, I'd say he's a cool fight. He's a cool concept and everything. My problem was just the second phase is just magic spam if you don't find the Crystal Sage instantly. It's just so difficult. Like, you literally die in like one hit, 1 or 2 hits from any of the spells that get cast by this thing at that level that you're supposed to fight it. It's such a pain. I don't understand how anybody could love this fight. Anyways, though, like, yeah, Crystal Sage is cool though. Like, I like the concept of it just teleporting around. You have to find it. It just, first phase does a whole lot of nothing, and second phase is too
You
much.
only find carry.
It just feels unfair. I don't like it fight, and I tend to cheese it anytime I fight it from now on. Champion Gundyr.
Ah, the best boss.
If I'm being honest, this boss is so much fun. My only problem with the boss is that, like, you just get
does too
punished.
much.
You get punished for existing. Like, if he staggers you, you are just accept your death. If he knocks you down, accept your death, because you're not getting back up. He will kick you if you get hit by any of his attacks. He won't just hit you. He won't be satisfied to hit you just once. He will combo you. He is the most punishing and fast boss in the series. Like, I don't know why he's so hard,
By the way, I can't deal with the side anymore.
but I can't lie that he's actually really, really fun, and I will put him above Orange Demon's Mo. S tier, above Sanctuary Guardian as well. He's a fun fight, but like, the only thing stopping me from putting him in like above Nameless King is the fact that like you get punished for existing. God, Ancient Wyvern. Huh. This is another boss that I completely forgot existed, and this one goes into the you already know LMAO tier. Cause like, every single game has to have at least one of them, I guess. But yeah, Ancient Wyvern is a puzzle boss. You just run to the end of the level and then you plunge onto him. Nothing interesting. Not really much of a boss. It's just, you run through a gauntlet of enemies and plunge attack. It's nothing. It's nothing special.
God damn it.
It's boring. I don't like it. Yeah. And then Aldrich, Devourer of Gods.
Comedy?
You know what? This boss is like one of the dumbest things I've ever seen to exist, because it's like, he's a mage, but then he does mostly melee attacks when you get close to him instead of doing anything. But like, the one spell that he casts whenever you are in front of him is that arrow attack that does 60,000 damage total. You have less than 2,000 health. Why does this guy do 50,000 damage with his arrow attack? It's so dumb. Besides that arrow attack, I'd actually put him in like A tier. He's not bad. He's like a better version of Crystal Sage. But like, because of that arrow attack, I'm putting him down into B tier. Like, yeah, I'd say above Pursuer. Can't put him above Sif or even Gwyn. Okay. Now we're down to the final 3. So, we have Abyss Watchers, which is an easy SS tier. Like, there's no contest for Abyss Watchers being an SS tier. It's just such a cool fight. It's not very hard, even though I did die to it like 7 times on my last playthrough. Abyss Watchers is just fun. You can parry them. There's like 3 of them, but like there's a twist that one of them fights the other one. And then like you think you kill him, and then the second phase starts. And the second phase is just so cool. He just gets a flaming sword and he's embered up. And it just shows you that the Lords of Cinders are just like you. They're simply unkindled. It's crazy. I love this fight. Lore wise, everything wise, it's just a great fight. I can't in my right mind put it above Hume Knights or Alon Manus or
Fuck.
Calamite, but I
Ultimate
do
speed.
absolutely love this fight. And now we're left with Sister Frida and Slave Knight Gale.
Oh, I love Lightning. Lightning. My favorite.
Sister
Even though it's
Frida,
only Rocket League.
Sister Frida is an amazing boss. I don't care.
Holy shit, you're at 572. Oh, we're done.
Why am I inside?
Sister Frida actually gets her own tier because she's just that
Use my
cool.
fit. Where's the US?
Sister Frida is amazing. Like
You're
the first phase of her fight is just so much fun. It's like a PvP fight, but like genuinely like fun. It's not like it's like if you
It's not
master it,
backstab hell.
yeah, no, if you master the fight, it's so easy, but like it's so hard to master the fight in the first place, you know? If you learn to parry, this part becomes a breeze, and her parry, just parrying her attacks is so satisfying. Backstabbing her, like after you find her from like her turning invisible, is so satisfying. Everything about this fight is just super satisfying, and it never feels BS. It's just fun. Then the second phase of her fight is another really fun phase. It's like Ornstein and Smough all over again, but 10 times more fun.
Alright, I'm gonna head out.
Right, good enough,
Okay.
alright.
No, no.
But yeah. Yeah, no, Sister Frida's second phase, it's just, yeah, it's Ornstein and Smough, it's so much more fun, and you can stagger the giant, Father Ariandel, and like, just stop critical attack, and it's cool. And then yeah, no, the second phase is like a lot of fun. It's just better Ornstein and Smough. And then the third phase is just so cool. She turns into a Bloodborne boss. It never feels unfair. You just have to like be amazing at dodging. You can parry if you feel like if you have balls, you can parry her. Like it's such a fun fight, and there's so much room for perfecting her. It's amazing. I absolutely love this fight, and I think it's one of the best in the series. So Sister Frida gets her own tier. You know who else gets their own tier? Slave Knight Gale.
You can't keep giving people their own tier.
It's you have to admit these two both deserve their own tiers, alright? Slave Knight Gale is just the coolest thing to ever exist in Dark Souls. Like the first phase, he's super fast, aggressive, and I can't stress this enough, but he never feels unfair. Every single one of his attacks are well telegraphed, easy to dodge, and then like they teach you like how to fight in the next phase. The second phase is where things get actually difficult, and like once again, it all feels fair because you know how to dodge him already. It's just they throw in the mechanic of like his cape following him, so you basically get forced to perfect dodge him every single time, and then it never feels unfair. It's just so much fun. He gains a crossbow, which is in my opinion the only stupid part about his fight. It's like he crossbows you as you're trying like across the map trying to heal. Or something like that. He gains like the Wave the White Corona spell that he just throws at you that acts like a boomerang. That like, he plays some big brain plays on you with that. You have to keep that in mind while you're fighting him, and then he just the cape following him is so cool. And then, but what's truly amazing is the third phase. The third phase, he sprays these little orbs everywhere that cause lightning to fall. So you have to dodge that, stay out of that whole area. Then he like flies at you with this one charged up attack that like thrusts at you. You have to dodge that. And he starts jumping up in the air, shooting arrows at you, jumping all over the place, just lightning going off everywhere. The music kicks up. Everything is so cool. It's such an amazing fight. Like, I don't even know how else to describe it. It's just pure epicness, and it just feels like a duel. It's just like a fun duel between warriors. It's so much fun. It's just amazing. Best fight in the series by far, and like it 100% deserves its own tier. Slave Knight Yell is the best boss in the Dark Souls series. And this is before I played Bloodborne or Sekiro. So yeah, that is my opinion on all of the Dark Souls bosses. I don't really want to log in to save this, so I'm just gonna screenshot this whole thing. Yeah. Alright. This is my final tier list. Like, it's my entire tier list for Dark Souls 3. I mean, not Dark Souls, for the entire Dark Souls series, and yeah, this is my opinion on every single Dark Souls boss. This was fun to make, and yeah, I'd say there's a lot of great bosses in the series. Basically, anything above C tier I consider a great boss. At least anything above C tier is fun to fight and is really cool. Anything below that is all potentially fun to fight, but it just has some weird gimmicks that I don't really like too much about it, or it just is kind of boring. It has problems, like C tier is not too big of problems, T tier is kind of problems, and F tier is major problems, while you already know means it's just straight up stupid. And yeah, that's how I feel about every single Dark Souls boss. Anyways, I guess this is a good place to end the stream. Alright, good night everybody. There's nobody even watching the stream, but like if anybody rewatches this for some reason, feel free to follow and subscribe. Good night everybody.